is up, Baton Rouge? I'm Lee Jacoby, your 2025 Fort Cancer Event Chair with Oshner MD Anderson Cancer Center.
And I'm Caitlin Cockerham, your American Cancer Society staff partner. We are so excited to be here in the Garage Studios, brought to you by Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Shout out Gordon and his team for hosting us. We are thrilled to be interviewing majority of our amazing tastemakers over the next couple of days to hear all about their why, what they're excited about for Fort Cancer, get to know them on a little deeper level. And so without further ado, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's hear from our tastemakers. Thanks, guys. All right, let's kick it off.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo, with Joe himself.
The man himself, Joe Gipson, from right here. You're at home, Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys.
Right
you don't have to go
in this
anywhere.
living room set. This is where I'm from.
Yes.
So quickly, like right off the bat, let's just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do here at Gordon, and then we'll get into it.
Oh, that's a great question. So my name is Joe Gipson. I am 30-something years young.
Okay.
33 years young. I am the Chief Operating Officer over here at Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys, which is just a fancy way of saying I don't really know what I do and no one's told me yet, but they also haven't called me out on it either.
All right, so we just keep doing it.
Exactly.
Just show up every day. Yeah.
Just keep
You're the
pretending.
personality hire, I can tell.
100%.
And you just made it to the top.
100%.
Love
Failed
it.
my way upwards with just lots of funny jokes.
There we go.
Now there's expectations, and I'm trying to panic. But no, I get to work with, we've got 13 offices across the state. We have
That's
58 attorneys.
Wow.
We got 210 full-time staff, not including part-time and all the other fun things we get to do. So I get to, try my best to make sure that the day-to-day here runs the way that Gordon wants it to, and work with some great people and department heads to try and, make that vision happen for our clients so we can hopefully do a good job and then also do fun stuff like this.
Yeah, this is a sick setup. We're super excited to be here, and we'll get into that.
Thank you to your entire team for hosting us.
Seriously.
This is amazing. Like, the setup is beautiful. It's like such cozy vibes and
It's
just like
friends, a friend set
Just
for
a
sure.
good friend set. Now this was a 100% a vision of Gordon's.
I love it.
This entire room used to just like where you're sitting right now was old furniture, some like T-shirts that we give out, the entire nativity that we put out at Christmas.
So just like
oh wow, okay.
everyone's attic essentially.
Exactly,
Yeah,
it was
got
the attic of the entire
of
frame.
Gordon McKernan.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was like, "What if we turned it into a kind of multimedia podcast space?"
That's awesome.
And I was like, "Okay."
Sure.
Twist
And
my
then
arm, why
all
don't
of
you?
a sudden, I mean, again, he had a vision for it, and it came out awesome. With a lot of great, talented people, and a lot of really solid, architects and designers and stuff. But you got to give it to the man. He can see some things because right now I walked in here and I was like, oh, that's where the Mother Mary statue is. Now it's a whole podcast studio. So
We
it's super,
love that.
super cool.
So we're actually going to play a game. We've played this with everyone so far, so we're just going to ask you
Lay it on
this
me.
or that. We ready?
This or that. That.
Ready?
Oh, got
This. You can do it this. You can do it that. All right. Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Frozen or on the rocks?
On the rocks, but with a straw because my teeth hurt.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Mhm.
Protect the teeth. You got sensitive teeth. What celebrity would you trade places with if you could?
Ooh. Trade places with them?
Yes.
Like Freaky Friday situation?
Yeah, like
like for a day.
Okay.
hopefully that wasn't too loud on anyone's mic. Sorry.
No, you're good. Oh man, I think I'm panicking right now. Celebrity for a day. I don't know. Probably like a good A-list movie star just to see what it's like. Like a Tom Hanks or like a Brad Pitt or
Pitt,
something.
Tom
yeah.
Hanks.
Yeah,
yes.
just throw it in there just to be like, hey, what's
What do
what's
you
it really
do?
like?
Yeah.
What's it like when you wake up in the morning?
You're just like, get me a biscuit.
Yeah, which I do now at home.
Well,
but
There we go. Yeah.
I want to know how much better I've got it than Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Put it in perspective.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, Lil Wayne or Boozy?
Boozy. He's from Ascension.
Yeah, there we go. That's 3.
That's hometown.
But are
Look,
you from?
No, I live closer to Ascension than New Orleans, where Lil Wayne's from.
You said
You gotta-
hometown. I was like, wait.
Well, because that's the beginning of one of his songs,
Okay,
but you
okay.
can only sing that part.
Okay.
I love that. What's your favorite pizza place?
Like dirty fast pizza or pizza that's like just
Either one. Take
Ooh.
it with what you will. Take it and run with it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with lit pizza. I love a
Ooh,
lit
so
pizza.
yum.
Yeah, you get to customize. You get to do it's like the Subway of
Yeah.
pizza, but like classier. You get to do exactly what
Do
you
you
want.
want a
like
qualify
that
request? We
description.
can make it happen.
Yeah, you just
Right.
walk in there and you're like, hey, this is the way I feel about my pizza, and I want to be very particular, which you can't do when everyone's sitting around and you're like, you guys want to order a pizza?
Yeah.
I really like this much cheese and only like this much. What you have to be like,
Right.
yeah, pepperoni's fine.
So
it's
you
not
can do
fine.
it your way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that.
Exactly.
All right, last question. Morning person or night owl?
Night owl.
Love it.
Yeah.
Easy.
I wish I was a morning person. I'm trying to become a morning person,
Yeah.
but
Morning person.
I can't let the day go.
It's okay, me too. My alarm clock goes off probably like 6 or 7 times. And it is, it depends.
Murder on the dance floor.
No, it wasn't. But for a while there, it was like the Waka Flocka no hands. I'm not kidding. And then I got the
She said,
hatch
"Look,
to
Mom,
calm me.
no hands."
Yes.
Mhm.
It was like, and yeah.
Okay.
I don't hear my alarm. Anyway, so
No.
yeah.
I don't. We just call those dry runs.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I've got to like set for like 4:30 because I'm gonna get up and do something like really productive, go to the gym or whatever, and then like 7 a.m. I'm like, well, that was crazy. Who missed those? That's
I feel
wild.
so rested. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Perfect. So I guess to start us off, let's just talk about, in general, what are you most excited about for Fort Cancer, just being part of the group, or what is, an experience you're looking forward to with being a tastemaker?
Oh, so despite my sparkling personality, I'm not a huge. I don't like to be out front as much, right? So it's a little bit of a. I was like, oh, I don't know if I like want to do that and like be the center of attention kind of thing. But I think it's been really gratifying just to get to meet a lot of other young professionals who are passionate about stuff and like varying degrees of, like this is what they do and they love
Right.
it kind of thing. Cause I was never built that. I'm very like behind the scenes. It's my job, right? Like it's
Right.
about boosting other people up to get the glory. And then you just kind of slink off and be like, I did a great job.
Yay.
Right. All alone at night, crying in front of a mirror. Right. Like I like
Right.
to do. But so it's definitely been a, what I would say kind of getting it out of the comfort zone of kind of meeting other personality types, meeting other young professionals in their own kind of, area of expertise and kind of seeing what they like to do and also like kind of what brings them joy through whether it's the various ways that they're trying to fundraise or just kind of get to meet and chat with them at the different events that we have. So that's been a lot of fun. I'm excited about continuing to do that and build out that kind of that friend connection with some of those folks.
All under the same cause and passion, which is so great.
Absolutely.
Backing all the same
Yeah.
purpose.
Not to toot our own horn, but we really do have an amazing group this
We
year.
really
Like very
do.
well-rounded crew. I feel like of people from like like you said, just like varying industries, varying ages, all these different things. But yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Waiting
Sometimes
for
what
that.
happens
Okay.
is when you have a diverse group, you put in what's kind of called like an anchor person.
Yeah.
And normally they're like 6'3", brown hair, blue
Yeah.
eyes,
Mhm.
a
They bring it
strong-
on home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
cool masculine presence
Right.
with boots. And they kind of
LeBron,
like
yeah,
make
yeah.
that happen in the group. So, I don't know if you guys found one of those this year, but that's cool.
We're always
Yes,
looking for
all
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cutouts, just everyone.
100%.
all that. So I actually want to ask probably the burning question everybody's asking. So how did you parlay going from a Fred's employee to being the COO of Gordon McKernan at 30 something, because we didn't clarify the exact age? I just have to know.
33.
33.
33.
Yeah, he's in his
We
Jesus.
have to
He's in his
clarify.
Jesus year right
Okay.
now.
Yeah, love
Oh,
that.
I love that.
All right. So, although Fred's bartending did happen, I was just a Tigerland kid for a long time as far as like working in Tigerland.
But we love that.
Not just a
greatest place on earth.
party animal. I started
You worked there,
working
yeah.
the door at the house in Tigerland
Oh.
when I was 18 going on 19 years old, and then worked my entire college career at either the house or Shady's for the old cats. You wouldn't know about that.
Sorry.
You wouldn't know about
That's okay.
Shady's, but it was popping. Let me
I'm
tell
young.
you, party in the USA at Shady's could not be topped.
All the way through.
Couldn't
Yeah.
be topped.
And so, I think that, and it's something that I talk with my leaders here about often when we're hiring, right?
Right.
And I think sometimes even as like a young professional, you may be like embarrassed or like weird to put that like stint in the service industry on your resume, right?
Right.
But we sometimes specifically look for, people who have restaurant experience or bartending experience or those
Right.
kind of things, because it's so you learn on your feet how to adapt to people,
Correct.
how to read a room in a way that like you don't just learn when you're sitting behind a desk or like dealing with a
100%.
very specific clientele kind of thing. So it shows a adaptability. It shows kind of a ability to problem solve and think on your feet in
Yeah.
a way.
Mhm.
Not to say I have any of that. I was just a bartender.
This is just what I
No,
tell
but
people.
yeah.
people are people, and you're connecting. And if you know how to work well with others, you know how to create those relationships and be able to pivot fast, quickly, all the things. I mean, You're ready. You can. That can't be tough.
No, not at all. And like I said, I think I bring a lot of that into the day to day of what I do, because a lot of it's just managing people, managing expectations, right? Whether it's 10 o'clock and free drinks are about to end and you want another 2, Long Island iced teas, or it's 4:30 on a Friday and you want to check overnighted to Istanbul all of a sudden, right? Like all of it's just kind of managing expectations and letting them know with the right tip, you can make it happen. No, it's all about just trying to, again, adapt to people. And I think I always loved people. I loved interacting with people. When I left LSU, I had no idea like what I wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to work with teams. It was a very soft skill set that I kind of developed. I wasn't like an engineer or an architect or anything that you had to really know how to do, have a solid or kind of a formal education for it, right? And so I started working at for a law firm, kind of doing what it's called investigator, but it's essentially you go out and you meet the clients and you kind of onboard them.
Cool.
And it's through that job I met probably while I was still in college, probably about 2,000 clients.
Wow.
Right. And just got to sit with them and see how, a lot of these things, what just looks like a billboard or a silly little jingle or something. Yeah. It's, it's a woman sitting there with her 2 kids, she has no car, no way to get to her job. That's probably not the best job in the world. Right. And, or it may not be, it's 8 to 10 hours a day on your feet, right? And she's just trying to figure out what to do next, right? And I think that kind of spoke to me in a way. And so as I kind of grew up in that system, I took over running their call center, moved over to Gordon's office a little over 6 years ago.
Wow.
To work with the team actually in this building to, help run their call center. And then I just accidentally started collecting departments like Infinity Stones. Sorry, Brandon. And kept on, it went from intake to marketing, and then from marketing to just one after another, kind of, working with them and understanding it. And Gordon called me one day and was like, "Hey, how would you like this gig?" And I was like, "Oh, what, me? Who?
What? Are you kidding?
I'll have to talk about it." No, I was like, absolutely. It's such an honor, and he's such a great guy to work for. So and I took it in stride, and hopefully I'm doing an okay job.
I bet you are. You definitely are investing into your teams.
If you have just like a magnetic personality. I feel like people want to talk to you and want to be around you. And so I could see like you succeeding in any role, honestly, because I think even like you were saying, talking about that adaptability, like you can talk to just like different.
Talk to the wall. You could talk to these walls.
Yeah, he probably could. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I get a lot of enjoyment. I get a lot of enjoyment just working with people, and so it's definitely a fun gig, and one I'm very thankful for, even if it can be hard and challenging at times.
Yeah. So I think one of the biggest things that majority of people watching this are like, okay, Gordon's face is in most communities, and obviously you're behind that face here serving your role, but why do you feel so inclined? You said yes to be a tastemaker. What makes you passionate and excited to give back to the Baton Rouge community, whether it is within Fort Cancer and other avenues that you're intertwined with?
I think funnily enough, when I got the email kind of asking, the first thing I did was like ask Gordon. I was like, "Would this be okay?" Right? Because I don't want to, number one.
She was like, "I got this guy, Joe," and I was like, "Okay, like who is this guy?"
No, he's good people.
Yeah.
No, I think
Came to find out.
Yeah. I think it's probably, there's that little piece of me that always kind of wants to keep growing, and keep kind of pushing myself out of the comfort zone of kind of like where I'm at and what I'm doing and why, right? And so, I'm 32, 33. I feel like I'm in a good solid rhythm with our team here. Not to say that there's still not tons of new projects and things to do, and I'm probably more of a glutton for punishment than anything else, and have an innate inability to say no. And so,
good to know. Good to know.
And it came from a kind of that place of like, all right, this is the next challenge. If you're not going to take it, you need to have a good reason to not do it, right? And I said, okay, I think I'd like to, number one, the cause is amazing. I was able to go to the event actually for the first time last year, and it's a amazing, fun event, right? And once you kind of get past that, you see people who genuinely care about something, right? And you find fun, you find passion. I mean, you can't go wrong, right?
Yeah.
No matter what it is, whether it's your job,
mix.
Whether it's whatever it is. So, I mean, you guys could have been raising money for, I don't know, anything at that point. I was like, fun, passionate, done.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Let's go.
Yeah. What do we do? But it's just as the added benefit of the, the cancer element to it, because it's what, and I think I wrote this in one of our questionnaires or whatever it is. It's a universal, right? So in like the Catholic faith, they have lowercase Catholic, which means universal, which means that it's,
Right.
across everything, right? And so same kind of thought process of cancer, right? Lowercase, it's universal. Like it touches everyone, right? There's a 50% likelihood that anyone today is going to be diagnosed with cancer at some point in their life, right? And so if it's not you, it damn well is going to be someone you know.
Yeah,
right?
seriously.
And so it doesn't discriminate in that way. And
Yeah,
so
it doesn't
when you,
see color.
you find a cause that can attack something that is that universe, there's no niche to it, right? You don't have to, it's a very low barrier to entry to say, hey, this affects me, right? So I think all three of those things combined, the passion of it, the fun of it, the universality of the cause, and that kind of just, all right, here's the next challenge. All said, all right, I'll give it a go. I'll see if I don't make a fool of myself.
You haven't. Oh my God. You have
No.
absolutely killed it.
That's-
I actually love when we are able to meet with Joe, because I'm like, all right, I'm just going to feel
Yeah.
so energized after
I know,
and
yes.
better about my life. I'm like, all right, I love
The goal is just slightly above mediocre.
Yeah.
That's where I'm
No.
aiming.
Okay.
No.
I'm letting you know the goal. If I go past it, that's great.
There we
I'm just
go.
letting you know
We
what
have
I'm
surpassed it.
striving for.
it. Yes. Well, clearly you have, obviously.
Yeah. I'll never forget after last year's event, he had won an auction item. I think it was like
did
house
you?
cleaning or something like that.
It was a
Ooh.
detailed house cleaning.
Yeah, so I was like emailing him. I'm like, hey, you won, blah blah blah. Like, and by the way, like, why would you win it? Like, why would you bid on this? Like, you live by yourself. Like, surely your house is clean, you know? And he was like, Caitlin, I felt bad. Nobody had bid on it, so I just.
Oh, we
And I was like, wait, I love
the best
that.
heart.
That's
The
so
best
good.
heart.
So I have, and there's lots of stuff in my office and house that I call the orphan auction items, because if like a
Oh,
friend's
because
having like
nobody
a sale,
bid on this.
and I go through and it says 0 bids, and I'm like, oh, I think of that person who was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna
Donate
offer this
Yeah.
up, and I'm not gonna say it, but I've got many of the thing that you may like point out, and you're like, what's this? Like in my office,
But
where
it's
I'm
a
like,
good story.
it was an orphan auction item. No one wanted it. I can't tell you the amount of like gift cards to like oil exchange places in cities I don't
And
live
you're
in,
like,
because
I've
I'm
never-
like, no one wanted to go there.
Yeah.
That makes me
But,
feel bad.
Oh,
I
that is the
know.
best thing
know.
I've ever heard in my whole entire
I
life.
thought that was so sweet.
That's awesome. We need to start that.
It hurts my feelings.
We could create a whole orphanage. Too bad this is now not the nativity scene. They could all hide be in the
Exactly.
nativity
It can
scene
just be all the
together.
auction items that never got bid on.
I love that. I love that. So I have a fun question for you. What is your go-to Baton Rouge restaurant or hidden food gem here around town? I know you're a huge Baton Rouge
Ooh.
person. Love to be able to do that.
Okay. Hidden food gem.
Yeah, I want to go where Joe goes.
So I'm trying to think
I'm
what like is
serious.
a good hit. So I mean, I used to love Panettas, and
Mm.
they recently kind of closed down, which was such a bummer. But Panettas used to be my go-to. So like anytime, I also am a licensed officiant. If you need a marriage, I can
Oh,
Yeah, you
wow.
are.
I can
Yeah.
marry you real quick. I also
did not
offer
know
quickie
that.
divorces for $30, but
Okay.
I can't do those. But you can give me the money.
Yeah.
But so I
put
used
it
to.
and then put it to your account, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go. Your campaign.
Anytime someone would ask to like, hey, can you officiate my wedding? We'd go to like dinner at Panettas, and like it's
Oh,
not,
that's sweet.
it's something that's known enough, but not also like it wasn't like in that. So people are like, I love this little place, and it was
Yeah.
just such a fun little Italian place to go and kind of eat. So I know that's not a good one. You can't go
No,
there
it's
anymore,
okay.
but that was my favorite. That's my
That was your favorite?
That was my favorite Baton Rouge hidden gem
I love
that I
that.
would go
Nice.
to.
I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah.
Nice. Perfect. Well, we really appreciate you being here with us today. This has been like such an easy conversation, as we knew
Such
it would be with you.
Yeah.
I try to make it low maintenance. Now let me ask you guys some questions.
Okay.
Okay. I'm ready.
Just
We actually love to be in the hot seats.
20
So
questions.
You're saying like you want to be like out, you want to be like behind the scenes, but we want to be like, on the front stage.
grass
so
is always
let us
greener.
know.
Grass is always greener.
Actually, grass is not greener on either side, is what I tell myself, which
Yeah.
I'm so negative.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
The grass isn't green in my bedroom
And-
where I sleep, and that's where I
anyway.
want to be most of the time.
That's the best. You are actually seriously one of the most awesome tastemakers. I mean, every single one is awesome. I
Mhm.
really have to say that. Electric, amazing. I really appreciate everything that you stand for, everything that you've come and talked to us about every day. You're like a new text that, oh, hey, I have this idea, I have that. Let me connect you with
Mhm.
that. It really stands tried and true to who you are, what you represent,
Yes.
and everything that we hope to be. Just a fantastic leader. So
Well, I appreciate you guys. You guys do a phenomenal job corralling it all, and it's a lot of fun to kind of be able to be a passenger in the what you call it.
Sometimes it's like I have 20 children,
Right.
but
And I have
they're
23.
20 very successful, beautiful children. So
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
that. I'll take it.
Yeah.
yeah, thanks
All
for
right,
letting
well,
us in your
thank
space.
you.
too.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you to your whole team. We really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you guys for coming.